guys, it's Stock Curry, and the infrastructure bill is passed. We're going to talk about how to play it. I'm also going to talk about the next $3.5 trillion bill that's coming up after that one, and cryptocurrencies have been running up massively. We're going to talk about which ones to buy, so let's get into it. Okay, the first thing that we need to talk about is that the infrastructure bill passed the Senate on Tuesday. That sent a lot of stocks that could benefit from the infrastructure bill skyrocketing higher. Now, the bill still needs to pass the House, and there are some hurdles there, which I'll talk about in a minute. Now, the stocks that could benefit from the infrastructure bill pretty much all ran up already, so there aren't a lot of short-term plays you can make here, but we're going to talk about some other plays that you can make now that this bill is passed. So what I would do is I would try to focus on any stocks that might have a pullback later this week or next week in these three areas that I'm going to show you. And the industries that you want to focus on are broadband, that's companies like 5G and wireless internet, electric vehicles, and this includes both electric vehicles like the cars you drive. It also includes charging stations, and this also includes EV buses and other EV commercial vehicles. And the third category is cybersecurity. This is any company that might help increase cybersecurity for governments and large corporations. Now, the one downside of this bill is that the updated crypto broker definition failed to make it into the bill. Now, that could really hurt crypto if the new language fails to get added by the House. And now that the infrastructure bill is passed, the Senate will be working on another $3.5 trillion bill to tackle poverty, climate change, and healthcare. So start looking for companies that have solutions in those areas for possible future trades. One problem with this bill, though, is that there are some people in the House who have said that they will not vote on the infrastructure bill until the Senate passes the $3.5 trillion bill. Now, that could delay final passage of the infrastructure bill by a few more months. Okay, that's the big market news I wanted to update you guys on. Now, we're going to get into our stock picks in just a minute. I just wanted to remind you guys that I have a lot of tools and features to help you guys out if you want to improve your trading. One of those, if you're a brand new trader, you're trying to figure out how to trade in the stock market, you can take a trading course. I recommend ZipTrader U. I have a discount for 15% off ZipTrader U down in the description of this video. I also have a free Facebook group that you guys can join, which will answer questions for you guys, and you get a lot of help and support from your peers. And then I also have a Discord that you guys can join. I partnered up with Lucrum Investing, and we've got over 6,000 people over there, and there's over 20 analysts just like myself who are available 24 hours a day to answer your questions and help you out with your trades. All right, let's get into our stock picks. Now, for those of you guys who are new to this channel, my name is Stock Curry. I used to work as an analyst for some large investment banks, and now I analyze stock picks on YouTube. Every day, I watch hours and hours of YouTube videos, and then I consolidate all of the stock picks from the top YouTubers into a single video. I give you both the cliff notes on their stock picks as well as my analysis on their stock picks. Now, if anything I talk about today piques your interest, make sure you listen to who I say talked about that stock, and then go watch their video to get the full details on what they said. Now, all I ask for putting all of this together for you guys is that you hit that like button, subscribe, and follow the page so that you can get notified when I release my next video. In fact, I'll give you 5 seconds to do that right now. All right, before we get into today's stock and crypto picks, I just want to remind everyone that I am not a financial advisor. Nothing I talk about today is a recommendation to buy, sell, or hold. These are just my opinions, which may or may not be accurate. Please do your own research before investing in any asset. If you're wondering what you're looking at right now, this is the Webull desktop app. Webull is the app that I use for my trading, and it is also the app that I use in all of my videos. If you'd like to get 2 free stocks worth up to $2,300, you can sign up for Webull using my link in the description below. When you sign up using my link in the description below and deposit just $100, Webull is going to send you 2 free stocks worth up to $2,300. All right, let's get into today's stock and crypto picks. And first up is ADA. This is Cardano, and you can already see right off the bat that ADA was up massively yesterday. Pretty much all cryptocurrencies have been rising over the past few weeks. StockMo listed ADA as the 3rd best crypto to buy right now. I personally feel like ADA is the best crypto to buy. StockMo thinks ADA will increase in value by 2 or 3 times in the next 5 to 10 years. I personally think it will happen much faster than that. I think we could see ADA double in value in the next 12 months. Next up is BTC. This is Bitcoin. Stockmo said he likes Bitcoin as the lowest risk cryptocurrency. He owns BTC as a foundation of his portfolio. I also own BTC, and I agree that BTC is probably one of the safest crypto investments, given how countries around the world are adopting Bitcoin and how Bitcoin is usually the first cryptocurrency to be accepted by different companies for purchases. We are seeing Ethereum used by foreign governments as well, so I think ETH would be the other fairly safe cryptocurrency investment. And by safe, I just mean that I think it would drop less than other cryptocurrencies in the event of a crypto winter. And next up is ETH. This is Ethereum. Stockmo said Ethereum is higher risk than Bitcoin, but he also feels like ETH has a much higher profit potential than BTC. Stockmo did warn that ETH and all cryptocurrencies really can drop 50% or more in just a few short weeks. Crypto remains much riskier than stocks, but it also has a higher chance of greater returns. Stockmo continues to buy ETH for his crypto portfolio. Next up is LINK. This is Chainlink. LINK is a decentralized Oracle network that provides reliable, tamper-proof inputs and outputs for complex smart contracts on any blockchain. This allows variable real-world data, such as the changing price of cryptocurrencies or the current weather, to be used in smart contracts. Stockmo listed LINK as the fourth best cryptocurrency to buy right now. I agree with that. LINK is unique and serves a very important role in the crypto space. And the last cryptocurrency we're going to talk about is UNI. This is Uniswap. UNI is a liquidity pool for exchanging ERC20 tokens. Stockmo listed UNI as the fifth best crypto to buy right now. As Ethereum increases in usage, UNI should continue to rise in price. And now on to our stock picks, and first up is CHPT. This is ChargePoint. They are the largest charging station company in North America with 73% of the total market share. They are also starting to expand globally. Chris Sain recommended buying CHPT after it pulls back to around $24. Now that the infrastructure bill passed the Senate and is one step closer to becoming law, Chris Sain thinks CHPT will continue to go up. I agree with that. The chart is quite bullish right now, and the infrastructure bill is a big upward catalyst. I would not wait for a pullback though. CHPT already pulled back a lot. I would just buy here at the current prices. And next up is CLF. This is Cleveland Cliffs. They're an iron mining and steel manufacturing company. This is another company that Chris Sain thinks will do well once the infrastructure bill is fully passed. CLF remains on a great long-term upward trend line, but it is approaching overbought on the daily chart. I would wait for a pullback on CLF before buying in. It fairly consistently pulls back to the 50-day EMA, so you should be able to buy CLF for around $22 if you are patient. I will give you a $23 buy-enter price, a $21 ideal buy-in price, and a $19.50 stop-loss price. And next up is COIN. This is Coinbase. This is a platform that is used to trade cryptocurrencies. You guys know that I said I was waiting for COIN to bottom out before buying in. It's pretty clear now that the $216 was the bottom for COIN. COIN has been rising over the past week, and I like how the candles are now back above the 100-day EMA. COIN reported earnings on Tuesday after the close, and COIN reported a huge earnings beat. The net profit was up 4,900% year over year. Monthly transacting users grew 44% over the previous quarter, and trading volume also rose 38% over the previous quarter. That is massive growth. Earnings was an incredible $3.45 per share for the quarter. The stock barely rose after hours though, because COIN said trading volume would be lower in the third quarter. However, I've noticed that as cryptocurrency prices rise, more and more people tend to buy them. I've never understood the concept of buying high and selling low when it comes to cryptocurrencies, but that's what retail traders do. And now that cryptocurrencies are running higher again, I expect more and more retail traders to start trading again. So I think COIN is going to beat earnings expectations again in Q3. So I am now comfortable buying COIN for a long-term hold. Right now, the average analyst price target is $375, but I do expect that to increase on Wednesday as analysts upgrade their price targets. We can already see two analysts yesterday who came in at $420 and $500. I will give you a $350 year-end price target on COIN. I will also give you a $280 buy-under price and a $260 ideal buy-in price. I will also give you a $205 stop-loss price. Next up is DDD. This is 3D Systems. They're a 3D printer manufacturer and healthcare company. DDD did exactly what ZipTrader said it would do. They beat earnings and then the price ran up to $40. If you bought DDD after they beat earnings, then you should have taken profits on Tuesday when it hit the $40 price targets. DDD should perform well long term, but I'll need to see DDD close the gap and get back down to under $30 before buying in. Next up is JMIA. This is JMIA, and they're an African e-commerce company similar to Amazon. ZipTrader said earnings were underwhelming. He did say that this is a very early stage company though, so it'll take time for JMIA to grow their user base and turn their revenues around. ZipTrader is still long-term bullish on JMIA, but did say that you'll have to be patient with this one. Next up is LAC. This is Lithium Americas Corporation, and they're a lithium miner. Chris Sain recommended buying an August 20th $17.50 call option on LAC. LAC has been running up ever since they reported earnings last week. LAC missed on earnings, but the next day, President Biden issued an executive order to have 50% of all U.S. car sales be electric vehicles by 2030. Lithium is used in EVs, and that's why LAC has been running up. LAC ran up further on Tuesday after the infrastructure bill was passed. LAC is now overbought on the hourly chart and is due for a short-term pullback. On the daily chart, the RSI is very close to where it was at the beginning of June, right before LAC topped out and fell 18% in less than 2 weeks. My problem with the current run-up is that Biden's executive order is a 9-year order and it's only a goal, not a requirement. Also, the infrastructure bill will take years to actually play out. So I think this short-term run-up is too much for a company that is losing more and more money every quarter. Now the problem with run-ups like these is that you just can't tell when they will top out and start going back down. You cannot time the market. LAC might continue running higher this week, or it could top out and start falling again. So I think Chris Sain's call option has about a 50% chance of making money. I will not be participating in this play. However, if LAC does continue to run higher over the next day or two, and the daily chart also becomes overbought, then I might consider a put option. Next up is PTRA. This is PTRA. The traveling trader let us know about a hidden section in the infrastructure bill that will require governments in the United States to purchase electric buses made by American companies. The traveling trader did some searching and found that there is really only one company in the United States who is making electric buses, and that company is PTRA. PTRA was beat down pretty far and was oversold last week. It rebounded as the electric bus requirement in the infrastructure bill was made known. The traveling trader thinks PTRA has a lot of upside potential since they have a monopoly in the American-made EV bus segment right now. There are no guarantees that the federal government will work with PTRA. This is just speculation. The federal government has been known to assign contracts to companies who have never built those types of vehicles before, as they did when they awarded the U.S. Postal EV contract to Oshkosh instead of Workhorse. Regardless, PTRA has a good chance of rising back up to around $14 in the short term. The traveling trader is considering selling a cash-secured put on PTRA. A cash-secured put is a bullish play. Another option would be to sell a bullish put spread. That is similar to a cash-secured put, but with a much smaller cash requirement. Next up is SDC. This is Smile Direct Club. They're a manufacturer of teeth straightening aligners, and they're a direct competitor to Invisalign. Jeremy with financial education likes SDC now that the stock has dropped 24% and is down 68% from its 52-week high of $16.08. That means SDC would have to go up 216% just to get back to the 52-week high. Now, SDC is a high growth stock that has been doing the opposite of growing. The short interest is at 27%, so there is a short squeeze potential if the stock can ever turn around. SDC has been struggling with decreasing revenues, but their earnings per share have been increasing, at least up until today. SDC reported earnings on Monday, and the numbers were really bad. SDC lost 14 cents per share this quarter. That is double the amount of their loss from last quarter. Revenues were also down again this quarter. Fundamentally, I do not see anything good about this stock. Analysts were quick to downgrade SDC. Yesterday, of the 5 analysts who took action, all 5 rated SDC either a hold or a sell. And I will tell you that in the analyst world, a hold is really a sell. Analysts avoid giving sell ratings because when they do, they lose favor with the company that they're covering, and it makes it harder to gain access to executives in order to do your analysis. So analysts will often give stocks hold ratings instead of sell ratings so that they can keep their favor up with the company. Regardless, even with the hold and sell ratings, the price targets are all above where the stock closed at on Tuesday. Now, Jeremy with Financial Education let us know that the CFO of Smile Direct Club blamed the slowdown in growth in earnings on the pandemic. Since the pandemic is a short-term event, Jeremy thinks SDC will perform well in the long term. Now, there were a lot of dentists shut down during the pandemic, but for the most part, they were all open during the last quarter. So I'm not sure how much I believe the CFO's excuse. Jeremy with Financial Education hasn't purchased SDC yet, but he's seriously thinking about it. I personally see continued issues for this company, so I am personally staying away from SDC. Next up is SQ. This is Square. Keenan Grace is looking at SQ for a day trade. SQ has been bouncing off of the 100-hour EMA. SQ is now back at the 100-hour EMA, and Keenan Grace is thinking about completing a bullish day trade on SQ. With the RSI nearly oversold and the MACD rising, I think that's a good play. Now, the reason I have this blue box on here is because SQ has been trading within this rectangular range for the most part. The stock did break out of the trading range after SQ beat earnings, but it has since fallen back down into this trading range. SQ is not overbought, but it does appear that it might be near a top. The average analyst one-year price target is $305.65, which only represents an 11% upside from the current trading price. Combine that with a chart, and you can see why I think SQ might be about to have a pullback. I think SQ will perform very well in the long term, but I do see some short-term issues with the stock. If there is a market correction, I think SQ has the potential of possibly falling a lot further than a lot of other stocks. So I'm long-term bullish, but I'm short-term cautious. Alright, I hope you enjoyed this video and got a lot out of it. Comment down below what your favorite stock pick is. And if you're looking for a broker to trade with, you can sign up for Webull using my link in the description below. When you sign up using my link in the description below and deposit just $100, Webull's going to send you 2 free stocks worth up to $2,300. Now, if you're not a US resident or if you're looking to trade OTC penny stocks, then I recommend Interactive Brokers. Interactive Brokers is a great trading platform. They have highly discounted trading throughout the entire world, with trades starting at just $1 Canadian, 4 euros, or 6 Australian dollars, depending upon where you live. And both Webull and Interactive Brokers both give you the full pre-market and after-hours trading from 4 a.m. until 8 p.m. Eastern Time. Now, I do have material connections with both Webull and Interactive Brokers, so when you sign up for either one of those, not only are you getting a great broker to trade with, you're also helping me to continue to produce these great videos for you. Now, finally, I just want to remind you to hit that like button, subscribe, and follow the page if you haven't already. I hope you have a lot of success trading, and I will see you tomorrow.